Hey, hello everybody, welcome back to the Coffeebreath Show. My name is Daniel J. Collette, as always. Thank you for being here with us live on another Sunday night at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, here at Bar Coffeebreath. Thanks for being here, everybody in the chat. Appreciate y'all. Hope you've been well. It's been a few minutes. Oh, there is a rogue animal.
Hey, a rodent.
There is a rodent afoot.
A rat. Hi, rat.
Nice.
Hello, baby.
Nice.
Hello everyone. I see Crit in the chat. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here. We were off last week. It's been a little bit since we talked to you guys. We took a little break skis on Halloween. Kind of figured that no one would be hanging out in their room watching Twitch. They'd be out doing fun things. That's probably not what happened. I'm sure there were plenty of people on Twitch, but whatever. We needed a little break anyway. But thanks for being here with us, guys. How have you been in this time since we were last gathered at this bar?
Are you talking about us?
Yeah, you. How are you? What's new, Myles?
Well, I can't talk about that yet. We have a whole segment about that.
We'll get into that.
We have a whole segment.
Before we get into anything, also during this break, I've been working on trying to fix this stream PC so that we don't have as many problems with like crashing and stuff. I think it's probably better, but let me know, chatters, if there's any like issues technically or like with the audio or everything. I tried my best to like replicate, rebuild all of our OBS stuff because it's kind of complicated. May have forgot some things here, so just give us a little heads up if like audio or anything is weird this week or if something's looking off. But I see Grievous in the chat. Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub, 11 months. I really appreciate that. Said I can't say I got a policy for my college. I got to work. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate that, Grievous, and thanks for being an 11-month supporter. That's crazy. Really appreciate that. Liz, what have you been up to?
Stinky, poopy, shitty.
That's fascinating. That's really interesting.
Tell
stuff.
us more.
Yes, please. I want to hear more about that.
Smelly, stinky, poopy, farts, and shits and piss.
I don't know why.
That's accurate. That's me right there. Where are you going?
I don't know why, but I kept thinking she's not going to say farts. She doesn't have it in her. She can't. She's not going to say farts.
She can't do it.
Believe it or not, I've farted before.
Just in life and in general?
Yeah.
Liz, what was your best fart ever?
When I used to do film and I was on overnights, I would get like really, really, really gassy. But I would also get really like nervous about the fact that I was really gassy. So it was like
Wait, why? Why were you?
Because I didn't want people to know that I would fart.
No. But why? What was making you gassy?
The fact that I was
anxiety,
on like
right?
a gremlin schedule for little bastards.
What? Just like being awake at night made you gassy?
Well, I had to be awake and work through the night, and I didn't really sleep because it was daytime, and then it just sucks.
I still don't see how that translates into stomach gas, but anyway,
it makes me gassy. I don't know what to tell you. Also, they feed you garbage food at like 3 a.m, and that makes you fart.
That's true. That's pretty true.
And yeah, so I went in the bathroom. It was like 3 a.m, and I thought I had to shit, but I just let out like literally a 30-second fart, and it was the best.
Based and true.
That is actually pretty based when you just when you feel like, oh man, I gotta drop a big fatty right now, and then you go into the toilet and it's just air, and then you feel better, and you're like, okay, cool. No struggle here. That was mission accomplished. I do appreciate that. Kathy, what's your best fart story?
I don't fart.
Oh, okay, that's pretty true.
It's true. She's never farted.
I actually believe that.
I transferred all to Theo, and he does it for me.
Ben, that has happened.
Wait, have you have ripped a loud fart after they said quiet on set?
I've heard it, but it's not happened to me.
That happened in on the set of The Room. It's in the book about it. The Disaster Artist. Yeah, I read that in high school because it's like every film moron. I was super about The Room.
I never cared for it.
It's not that funny.
It's not that funny.
The thing is when you
watch it with a crowd.
Yeah, well, when you haven't seen anything like that, it's really amusing. But there's a whole dumpster of movies that are much funnier than that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the problem with it. But I did read that book, and that was like a whole thing. Is that like Tommy Wiseau like stopped a shoot for 10-15 minutes to just yell at someone for farting.
Based.
I did have to sneeze once during a take, but it was like one of my first sets in LA, and I was so nervous that I really tried to hold in the sneeze, but the take was really long, and I almost died afterwards. I had to like go into another room for like 20 minutes and just recover.
That shit hurts though. When you like have to, when it's like a really heavy sneeze and you're forced to hold it in, like that actually hurts.
Oh yeah.
It was really bad.
I think that's like actually bad for you.
Yeah.
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 It's like not something you should do that often, but the
film industry is bad for you.
Yeah, most of us here are in some kind of form of video production work, and you oftentimes have to be really quiet for a long period of time, and sometimes that sneeze just comes at the wrong time.
The funniest is when someone farts during room tone, because then you have to start over.
Unless you just want the room tone to be the sound of farts.
Yeah, just a looping fart sound. You know what's really fucked up when you're peeing and then you have to sneeze and then you stop peeing? Does that happen to girls?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Welcome to our internet show.
Stop peeing when you sneeze?
Also Kuba's here, but we're gonna tag them in later. Wait, have you never had this happen to you?
No, I just sneeze while I'm peeing.
Oh.
No. So
I can only do one thing at a time, guys.
It's a mildly involuntary thing, sort of like how you blink when you sneeze. It's just
No, I don't stop peeing.
No, that's weird. Like it's like a natural thing in your body to like stop the flow of like your body shuts down the flow of pee.
You can only do one thing at a time.
I just do both.
Sometimes if I'm having like a really big thought, like if I'm thinking really hard about something,
which never happens,
and I'm mid-piss, I will stop peeing, finish the thought in my brain, then keep peeing.
It's worth noting that Liz's head is empty 87% of the time.
It's rare that I have a thought.
So this I can understand. It's like how some people can't chew gum and walk.
Yeah,
very similar.
But this isn't like a multitasking issue. Like it is a like bodily function issue. Like that's how most people's bodies work. Is like if you're like you tense up on the inside when you sneeze, so your pee cuts off. This is a thing. It happens to me all the time. It happened to me like twice this week.
How often do you have to sneeze when you piss?
Not super often.
That's happened to me.
But the reason why I brought it up is that it happened to me like twice this week.
I can't think of a time that has happened to me, but like I've lived 25 years. Surely it did at least once.
It's because my allergies have been. This is like the worst time of year for allergies. I don't have allergies. So I'm sneezing more often than usual, and it kept happening while I was peeing this week. So I was just thinking about it. Anyway, glad to hear that Kuba's a genetic freak who is not bound by the mortal coils that we all are tied to.
I think what you mean is that they're non-binary. I think that's what you're trying to say. When you become non-binary, you just gain these powers that we gendereds can't comprehend.
I can poop and pee at the same time.
No way.
That's pretty big.
All right. Hold on. We got to get some proof for that. We got to get some proof.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to update Nightbot. Anyway, thanks for being here, guys. We have a couple things we want to talk about this week. A few things to update you on. A lot has happened since we last talked.
Nothing has happened.
Nothing's happened to you.
Nothing happened to you.
Yeah, you're fucking normal. You're boring. Nothing ever happens to you. Cool people like me have shit happen to them all the time.
Like what?
Like today, for example, allow me to spin you a tale.
No.
Allow me to tell you a little tale of what I got up to today. So, I'll preface with this. Some of you out there might know I'm really hardcore into Guitar Hero and Rock Band, like the rhythm games with the plastic instruments. Super hardcore into them. I play Guitar Hero. I grind Guitar Hero on PC, like the Clone Hero, which is like open source Guitar Hero. I grind that like almost every day.
That's true.
I'm a freak about it. And I'm also really into Rock Band too, similar game. When we have big parties here, I have this crazy like modded Rock Band setup it's got 7 instruments, like 3,000 songs. So we break it out at parties and it's the best game ever.
Over Halloween weekend, we went to go see some of my normie friends, and they're really wonderful people. And I introduced Dan, and one of them goes, "Oh, the Rock Band guy."
My reputation precedes me. If you know the Coffeebreath crew, then you may have attended one of our Rock Band events before. They're pretty legendary.
There are a lot of bits and yelling.
We've been doing this for many years since we all met in college. Back in college, people used to try to invite themselves to my parties to come play Rock Band. It was such a the word of mouth spread so far that I would have strangers hitting me up being like, "Hey, I heard you're having a Rock Band party, can I come?"
Why did I never know then? Huh?
Well, we didn't really hang out that much those days.
So
but anyway,
then why was I not a stranger?
Well, that's the problem. You weren't a stranger.
Yeah, you weren't a stranger.
Knew you a little too much.
Anyway, so I'm really into Rock Band, but we play on old Rock Band. We play Rock Band 3 for the Xbox 360, which is well over 10 years old at this point. And so those instruments are getting pretty fucking hard to find. It's tough to come by them now because they were the last time any instruments were produced.
Are you going somewhere?
Yes, trust me. This is all relevant information.
This is a long road.
This is all relevant information, but I'm going to get to
Don't worry. When we get to my thing, it's going to be really amusing. Don't worry.
When we get to your thing, I'm going to leave.
That's
so
fair.
the Rock Band instruments are getting really hard to track down, and like they break over time, especially when it's like a bunch of drunk idiots like banging on drums and shit. Like naturally, they just break over time. And so I go through insane lengths to find new ones now, because like it's
insane lengths being I text him when I go to the thrift store.
Yeah, but I've done some crazy shit to get some of these instruments, and I keep a stash of them here. Like, I stockpile them like a hoarder, because it's not like it used to be where you can just go to any, like, Goodwill or GameStop and get them for $2. Like, they're becoming rare now. So they're hard to find, and whenever I see one, I need to fucking jump on it to keep my setup alive. And so I was taking an Uber back home today from Kathy's place, driving through, like, the like, southern part of Koreatown in LA. It's, like, a very, It's like a low income, mostly Hispanic neighborhood, and so you see a lot of like street vendors just like hanging out on the main roads. Just like dudes will like throw out a tarp and sell whatever like random shit they can find. And 99% of the time it's just garbage. But every now and then there's a banger. And so I'm riding in an Uber and I'm looking out the window. I just happen to see in the distance what looked like Rock Band drums, and I fucking pounced. I was like I was within walking distance of my apartment, but not that close. And I was like, let me out. I need to get out right here. I fucking hop out the car, and I run up to this dude, and I said, those Rock Band drums, what do you want for them? And he said, I don't know, like, he's like looking at them. He's like, maybe $15. I notice at this point that they're not the Xbox 360 version, but they're the Wii version. But they're in good condition. So not an instrument I can use, but I can break it down for parts. But I'm so,
Which means I'll be breaking it down for parts.
No, I fix all of them myself. Fuck you.
Yeah, remember when I was soldering your guitar?
Okay, yeah, I'm bad at the soldering part, but we fucked that one up anyway. That guitar had to go in the trash. Anyway, I'm so desperate for these bad boys, I hopped out of a fucking rolling Uber to get over to this strange man on the street.
This car was stopped.
Who was so confused that I was I ran over and I was like, those, I need them. And he was like so confused. He was like, what the fuck? Like, no one has ever wanted to buy these. They're in great condition. So I was like, I only got 10. Take it or leave it. And so he gives them to me for 10. And then I hike across the neighborhood.
Of course.
With fucking Rock Band drums, like, around my back. And I got the most insane fucking looks. I do have a picture here just to show you guys because I was really proud of these beauties. Look at it. There it is. There it is. It's in amazing condition. Like, look at that. It's like flawless.
They do look great, I'll be honest.
Yeah, you can tell. Those are some nice boys. Now,
and they're gonna destroy them.
And I will destroy them for parts, but the best part is, when he looked at them, he like looked at the back, he was like, how's that turn on? And I was like, oh, it's like a battery thing. And he's like, oh, you got batteries? And then he like reaches into a drawer and pulls out 4 AA batteries and hands them to me. So for $10, that was a fucking steal.
Powerful.
That was a fucking steal. Little does he know it only takes 3. I walked away victorious today.
A rich man.
The grift was completed. Anyway, that was my little Rock Band hunting story. If anyone out there in the chat ever has any like Rock Band or Guitar Hero shit they want to sell, hit me up. I'll pay top dollar for it.
This feels a lot like when I went to that flea market and I found that Halo helmet, the Master Chief helmet, and the guy was like, I was like, hey, how much do you want for that? He was like, are you sure?
And I was like, Liz, anything. I'm like texting her the whole time. Yeah. I'm like, Liz, a life-size Master Chief helmet? Anything.
He gave it to me for $20, and then as I was walking away, I was like, yeah, my friend was texting me. He's like, I will pay any amount of money for that. And the guy was like, what's wrong with your friend?
It won't even fit a human head. It'll only fit a toddler and a Myles' head. Yeah. It only fits the little pea-brained heads here. The little tiny people heads.
Guys.
I see Quest in the chat. Quest, thanks for stopping by. Chris said, well, I wish I knew that before I threw mine away. Well, yeah, because back when people were throwing the Rock Band stuff away, it wasn't valuable, but now it is. Especially the drums, because you can't ship them. That was why I was like, I'm jumping out of this car right now to get these. Even if it's not the right console, I needed it that bad. Because I will gut that.
Your drums are really fucked.
Yeah,
my drums are okay.
I
cleaned them up recently.
They don't work.
They're in better shape now. Anyway, enough about Rock Band. Someday I'll do. I've been trying to figure out ways I could do a Guitar Hero stream without getting DMCA'd.
I don't know
I'm
about
working
that
on
one,
that, but I'll probably start doing that pretty soon because I play every day. It's my favorite game.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not a grind for him. It's a grind for me. To watch.
I understand this.
No, because I'm fucking sick and based and red pilled.
Really,
Anyway.
you're like, you want to watch this one that I've been working on for a really long time.
Yeah, and then every time you're like, okay, that was actually impressive because I'm a freak at it. I'm a genetic freak.
I do, but I love that you talk about it like it's real music. Like
Yeah.
it's music that you
I've
can
been
physically
practicing
play.
this for a really long
Yeah.
time.
It's like, working on this new song, like, it's like no big deal. It's like really cool though.
He's like twirling his hair. I was like,
Yeah,
no big
it's
deal.
really
It's
cool.
no
And then he
big
plays
deal.
Wonderwall.
I can do like sick shit too. Like I can play behind my head. I can play upside down. I can do all the tricks too. I can do rake strumming,
That's
which is
not-
where you strum really fast by like pulling your fingers like this and then like
Why is
smacking
that
it
cool?
like that.
Why does anyone want
Because
to say
that's
that?
the only way to strum fast enough for certain songs. You have to rake strum. It's a really precise.
No
technique.
one cares.
Anyway, fuck you. Good job.
Thank you, Luke.
Eat shit, Luke. Guys, another thing that happened while we were gone that I need to talk to you about, fellas in the chat. You may be familiar with the animal that lives here most of the time, Theodore.
Theodore.
We often refer to this ugly little fat man, this disgusting little rat.
Stop.
We
Don't
often
bully
refer to him
him.
as a
Just
mutt
die.
because Kathy, he's a rescue. Kathy doesn't know his origin, his history.
He's just a guy.
Is that a from? Oh, that's a great question, Miles. Is that a from your dad shirt? This is a great question. I actually picked this out myself, but I got the hookup from a family friend. So 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon from my dad's shirt.
Yeah. Anyway, so this dog's a fucking mutt, and we don't know what he is, but
He's a gremlin.
Kathy decided recently. What's up, Katie? Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Katie.
Katie.
Kathy decided recently to do a dog DNA test for him, which was not something I knew that existed, but I didn't realize how like intense it was. They have like 23andMe level shit for dogs, where you like scrape their mouth and then you mail it in, and then they can tell you like exact percentage breakdown of the dog's breed. It can even tell you like relatives of it, like nearest relatives who have also been DNA tested, so we could find out if like Theo had like a brother or something.
Does he?
That's
God,
all
I
I
hope
wanted
not.
to know.
God, I
But
hope not.
No?
There can't be more of these
Sweetie,
creatures out there.
you're
We can't let there be more of him.
Well, he has relatives like aunts and cousins.
Yeah.
Like that degree of connection, but they're all over the fucking U.S. They're
That's
like
wild.
they're in like Florida, Georgia,
Whoa,
North
where'd you
Carolina.
come from, fucker?
I'm like,
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Maybe
Well,
his
I have
parents
a theory.
were.
I have a theory.
I have
I
another
have a
theory.
Well, first, the thing that I wanted to bring up is that so when Kathy got the DNA results back, we were very surprised to find that according to this website that she used, he is apparently 100% purebred Yorkshire Terrier.
This is not true.
Which,
this can't be true.
Let's
Look
get a
at
close
him.
up. Let's get a close up on this
hold
face.
You know what? I actually have this set. I have something set up here so we can take a closer look
okay.
at it. So this is
It
Theo's.
can't be true.
That's Theo's test results on the bottom there. It says he's 100% Yorkshire Terrier. On the left, we have an image of Theo. And on the right, we have what came up when I Googled purebred Yorkshire Terrier. And I just want to know if anyone thinks that there's
No.
any shot that this is correct.
No.
All right, first of all, I don't see any spots on the picture on the right, so something fishy's going on here.
They are definitely just making shit up.
No.
Yeah, no, I have to be honest. This seems like a total grift to me. Like this seems like a complete fucking con job.
That's what I said at first, too. But as Kathy and I talked about it more, I started to kind of realize, like, purebred means it's inbred.
Not necessarily.
It means he's likely inbred.
It's possible.
There is like some percentage of inbred in there, and this dog has every fucking health condition on the planet, including ones that are really normal if you're inbred, like not being able to breathe well, having like a messed up like stomach and shit. Like,
So he's a Yorkie that's gone wrong.
so now we're trying to figure out if this test was wrong or if it's so right that we just accidentally discovered that he's inbred. Because it does answer a lot of questions.
The thing is his
about
hair
him.
texture, right?
Yeah.
That's what's getting me.
Yeah, it doesn't look anything like that at all.
It's
And,
too
like,
curly.
yeah, his is so much curlier.
It's like
than
if
that.
he's like like a little Bijan-y.
But then when his fur grows out a lot, which you guys haven't seen for a while, it does look similar in texture. To
I guess
that.
what we have to do
Okay.
now is let it grow out a lot so that we can get a
We can
confirmation
find out.
of this. Yeah.
Or find a short-haired Yorkie.
I mean, here's the thing. Maybe this is a Yorkie. Maybe what we're looking at right here.
There's
really
no
is
way
Yorkie.
that he's a full-bred Yorkie.
Yeah.
Look at him.
For me, the part
he's
that
the wrong coloring too.
the part that
No,
fucks me
it's
up is the
black
ears
here.
specifically.
The ears, yeah. Wait, why?
Because
Barely.
every single picture I looked at of a Yorkie had pointed ears.
Yeah, they're really
and Theo
pointy.
has like the floppiest little flopper ears. Like
They are good.
sometimes when he's really excited, they'll stand up, but they're not pointy like that. And
I
so
think-
that's why I think it's a little bit off.
Ben's
Yeah.
right. He looks a little Maltesey.
Mm.
Well,
I like
here's the thing. So I had a Yorkie Maltese
He gets
mix,
the
and
crusties.
the thing.
Yorkies get that too.
So
Tear stains?
I do want to
Just
pitch
have to
in that I had a
start
Yorkie
from
Maltese mix, and it also had a copious amount of health issues, and it was too overweight because of its enlarged liver. So it's entirely possible that we just had the same dog.
Dogs are so weird. They'll just
And-
they'll just die because they were born with a liver too big. That's
So
just
here's-
some like average dog activity.
Apparently, the optimal size for a Yorkie is 7 pounds, and Theo is
Ma.
11.
My dog was so enlarged that it was
Oh, no.
17 pounds.
No.
Ma.
Wait, you had a 17-pound Yorkie?
That's
I
fucked
did.
up,
Yeah,
dude.
his
Fucked
liver was
up.
gigantic.
That's so
Oh my
fucked up,
God.
actually.
And he was active too. Like he loved to play.
How-
He loved to move
That's
around.
fucked up. That's
did
actually
they
like,
did they find
impossible.
out what percentage of that weight was his liver?
Um,
Because like that's
20%.
how was he like Theo sized?
a little bigger.
Okay.
Because of
bigger,
the
yeah.
liver.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like I think Theo is definitely smaller than poor Teddy. May he rest in peace.
I mean, my cat is bigger than Theo.
Yeah, that's factual.
yeah.
Liz has
And
a cat
fatter.
that's significantly larger and heavier than Theo, and he's like only what, like
7 months old?
Yeah, like 7 months old. That cat's gonna be a fucking.
I know.
creature.
He's a monster.
He's a-
He's
What are
so
they?
good.
What are like
He's a
the?
protector.
What are the illegal cats? Man.
El Goblinas.
No.
Maine
what's-
Coons are not illegal.
Maine Coons are
Isn't it-
very
aren't-
legal.
They're
Aren't
not
they
illegal.
Minxes?
No, they're very
what are you
dumb.
thinking?
Yeah,
Are
you
you
know
thinking-
fucking minx?
Maybe.
A Norwegian forest cat?
Maybe.
Oh, I love
Those
the
are like
I've always
30
had-
pounds.
Very beautiful.
I've always wanted to own a turtle. Those aren't
Sure.
illegal anymore, right?
No.
Were they ever illegal?
They were illegal at one point.
Just go steal the,
Someone correct me on this. Also Kuba, who
Serval.
is sitting here in the room with us. Thanks for the tier
Oh,
1
serval
sub. Thanks for
cats
7
are-
I
months.
forgot to turn off the renew.
Oh, nice.
Based, red pilled, and thank you for
I
supporting the
didn't
show.
mean to do this.
And,
what I do want to
Fallout.
point out though is that Kuba spelled forest as in like the Jewish name forest with 2 R's.
The only forest worth mentioning. I'm sorry, did a group of trees ever win an Oscar? No, Tom Hanks did.
Did I ever mention I was almost named Forrest?
That's funny.
That would be so sick.
Yeah.
That would be such a sick
But I
name.
got kind of a sick name.
Did you
so
read
I'm
my
happy with
mother's
it.
first comment there?
Oh yeah,
I
about
did.
Theo's dad doing it with his sister. I
I
did see
tried
that.
gossiping
Yeah.
about it.
I just didn't want to think about
Yeah.
anything
The
about that
only
creature.
information that I have about his family, according to DNA test, is 100% Yorkie. They show you a video.
Oh, he's showing.
to,
Look
like-
at this. He's hoeing for the camera right now.
Oh shit!
No.
Let's get a little
Dude,
closer.
he's hoeing. He's hoeing. He's e-hoeing.
Theo's working hard for those subs. Look at him
Oh
go.
yeah, Theo, get an OnlyFans, bud.
Look
Let's
at him go. Look at that.
Stop.
Look at that dump truck. Look at that little
Stop.
My
dumpy.
poor sweet boy.
You're all
My poor
monsters.
sweet boy.
Oh,
It's not my fault
stupid
that
dog.
Theo decided to just spread his cheeks wide like
No.
goatsy. I mean, like,
I'm looking up right now and it's looking like sexualizing animals is TOS.
Thank you.
Okay, we will no longer be doing close-up shots on Theo's bum.
I'm really glad to hear that Twitch does not allow zoo files, unlike Discord. I learned this recently. Discord has absolutely no rules against sexualizing animals.
Can you
I mean,
stop
yeah,
touching
half
my
of its
dog while
users
you're
are-
Oh yeah, half of
saying
its
that?
users are degenerates. Yeah.
Specifically furries.
Oh yeah, furry. Well, it's so there's 50% of its users are furries, and 20% of all furries are zoophiles.
True.
So,
Factual.
Yeah, this is a fact.
Why did you look that up?
I'm super into this like expose about what's called the zoo sadist
Oh,
leaks.
Is
Yes,
it
the pedophile zoo sadist ring.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite YouTube like dramas because there was this famous YouTuber who was revealed to be like an animal torturer for sexual pleasure, and it was this whole like.
Can
it was
we
this whole-
move on?
People got like arrested. Like people like actually used a picture of a cake to find out someone lived in Cuba to get them fired from their job. Like just all
When
this.
did this happen?
2018 to 2019.
I don't remember hearing about this at all.
It was like a big thing on Twitter. The thing is, I only found out about it like last year because people started doing documentaries on it now that it was kind of like all said and done.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's a
Send
great.
me that. I need to watch
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
You just send me that as well.
Yeah, there's a great
Yeah.
video called "Don't Mess with Dogs" by Cecil McFly. It's a really like
Don't-
3 hours long.
Don't mess with
Where's the
dogs
wheel?
is a fucking hilarious.
Where's the wheel?
That video rules. That
Oh,
video is so
Not the
cool.
wheel.
Okay, Kathy's steering it away. Fellas in the chat, if you do have any thoughts on what kind of dog Theo is, please let us know. We're trying to
He's
solve this mystery.
perfect. He's
Yeah, half
like-
my friends on Discord are furries, and
I
apparently
think
1/4
they're-
of them are zoo sadists according to the
I
map.
think that
so.
there's like a small chance that perhaps so based on like how you said that there's many of him all
Yeah.
across the US, there's a chance that I feel like he was at a really fucked up breeder.
That was
And that
my
they were
theory.
they were breeding
Yeah.
them and then they were inbreeding them and then they started fucking them up and they just sort of released them into the wild.
That's my theory because his first owner, he was attacked by another dog and then they just abandoned him at the vet. So my theory is that they were running a very sketchy backyard breeding org,
Yeah.
and then one of them gets injured and they're like, well, this guy's like fucked up and inbred anyway.
My
So-
theory.
Yeah, they
No
fucked
loss.
up and they had to move on.
Which is why there's so many of him like scattered around the US. It makes
I
sense.
kind of want to know though if Bonzo and Table are related. I want to find this out.
You can do cat DNA tests.
I do want to know.
On those. They go on sale on.
Because I don't know if
Alright.
they're not related
I don't
or
know
if
if
Bonzo is just significantly smaller than Table for no reason.
Miles, your final thought on the situation.
My theory is that Theo is his own dad.
Yeah.
I think that Theo time traveled
Did you?
and
Is that why you
impregnated
said that?
his own mom, becoming
No,
his own
no,
dad
Marty
no,
McFly.
through
He-
time travel.
No,
He
no.
did one time hump my leg ever. It's the only time I've ever seen him do anything sexual. One time he humped my leg.
Did
Besides randomly get hard.
Well, yeah. Besides
Don't
getting,
bring it up.
But he
I mean,
always does
he
that.
gets
we don't
boners
talk
all
about
the time.
we don't talk
but
about that.
He always
that's
does
not
that.
his fault, and
You
it
can't drink
doesn't
that. You're a
cause
little
any problems
man.
because he's neutered.
Yeah.
But one time he like kind of humped my leg, and one time he got a little bit weird with my Snorlax beanbag. I have a big,
What?
like, yeah, remember?
But
that
who
time?
hasn't? Am I
hasn't?
right, ladies?
I have it's like a fucking 6 foot long Snorlax beanbag.
It's definitely appeared on like the
Yeah,
sessions.
I brought it on the
It's
show
not,
before
it's
when
not
I first
6
bought
feet
it.
long. You're greatly exaggerating.
It's like 5 feet long.
It's pretty
huge.
long.
It's like big enough to sit in. It's like designed for a human to sit on.
Well, it's not designed for a human to sit on because it's the worst seat ever.
Yeah,
It's
It's
okay.
the
But there-
least comfortable
Theo
thing.
got a little frisky with it one
No,
time.
he didn't.
Yeah,
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
No,
you don't remember
no.
this. You blocked it out, but I have a
God,
distinct
no.
memory because I had to clean it up afterwards.
No.
So
What?
Anyway, moving on.
What?
We've
He
got more
is
to
a
cover
Yorkie
tonight.
movement. Thank you, Kate.
Guys, people came here to hear about one thing and one thing only
No,
tonight.
they didn't.
I'm sure this is what everyone came here to hear
No,
about.
it's
Oh,
not true.
Jesus Christ.
So Miles revealed to us recently. If there's any fans of his podcast,
Are you about to commit seppuku?
I'm about to dig myself a little grave
Yeah.
for me to lie in.
if there's any fans of Miles' other podcasts out
Mom,
there,
please
you've
stop
already,
watching.
you've already heard this,
Yeah,
but
please stop watching
um,
this.
Actually, we didn't talk a lot about this, so this is primo content for the show.
oh, okay, this
Yeah.
is a Coffee Breath
We-
exclusive.
we ended up
Not for
not
your own good, stop watching.
we ended up not talking about this because the episode where we did discuss it had bad audio and we had to do it again, and we just talked about different things. It was a better episode, anyways. But okay, yeah, continue.
So Miles told us recently that he is participating in No Nut November just for fun. Which, if for some reason you don't know what that is, it's exactly what it sounds like—a month-long commitment to not
To
nut,
not eating nuts.
to not
It's to support
to not
those of
having
us
a
who can't eat
single
peanuts.
peanut, to not having a pistachio.
legumes of any kind,
No
goober
potatoes.
peas, just none.
So
Tubers.
Miles has
Goober
decided
peas.
for fun
Do you know
and
what
for
a goober
content
pea is?
No.
to partake in No Nut
No
November.
hut November.
No
Hut
putt
November.
November.
Um,
No
No
golf.
golf.
Yeah.
And I found out also, we had a long conversation about why he's doing this and what his purpose is.
It's
And
purely for content.
I'll
It's
let-
like all for clout.
I'll let him describe it a little bit more, but one thing that I just found out today is that alongside his decision to participate in No Nut November, he's also spending all of his free time playing H games, which, if you don't know what that is, those are hentai games, which is a lot what it
Those
sounds
are the things
like.
that Tumblr
What is
advertises
hentai,
to me.
Dan?
They're the things that Steam allows to go on the platform, but doesn't allow to like come up in the recommendations.
It does come up in my recommendations. I've never bought an H game and it keeps happening.
It's
That's
true,
true,
I've
they-
seen them.
No, sometimes they slip under the radar. They're not.
It
supposed
depends
to.
on the game. It depends on the game.
Anyway, Miles.
No
So,
currency sex game.
so for the entirety of November, we're going to be doing weekly check-ins with Miles on his progress in NNN, as we'll call it.
N cubed.
N3 is we'll call it for
Ben,
for
is that why they
Twitch
come
service.
up in my Rex? And also why? And also make it stop.
So Myles, you're what? We're 7 days into the month.
Yes.
How's your progress so far? One full
It's
weekend.
been 1
1
week.
week
Since yet.
since you jerked
It's
with me.
fair.
I don't know. All
There's
right.
no way to get that without with me,
Yeah.
which was the
Wait.
problem I was facing.
That's the problem, yeah. Okay, so first of all, I had a brilliant plan going into this.
That's
I had a brilliant plan going into this, and it was to work hard whenever you feel the urge. Just do something else. So I've gotten a lot of writing done. It's been nice. The second one.
no, you didn't.
I love
You didn't.
that
I told you to
Is,
leave.
no.
I think the best
I
part of
asked you
this
to
show
leave.
existing just forced Liz's mom
To look up what an
look
H
up
game
what an
is.
H game is.
Don't worry. We'll go into detail about the specific games, and I'll clarify.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about the games.
Oh, we're gonna talk about the games.
I have B-roll.
We're gonna
I
talk
have
about the games.
censored B-roll prepared.
Can I leave?
Can I go?
Can I go?
One of you can tap out for Kuba, but you're gonna have to fight over who it is.
Counter argument, I don't want in.
Okay, you're staying. You're staying.
All
You're
right,
staying.
then no one's here. No one's here to
All
stop
right,
Myles. so-
all right. Let's go.
Okay, Myles. So first of all, how's your progress? And then after that, tell us a little bit about the games you've been playing.
Okay, so my brilliant plan, blah blah blah, work hard and do other stuff.
Wait, are you actually doing it to be more productive, or is it just for?
Oh no, it's purely for content.
Okay.
Because I can be productive without it. I
No,
honestly,
these are just the coping mechanisms that he's utilizing.
I do a lot. I do it a lot less than I think people might expect from someone who projects
We did
as much of a pervert.
Talk about this.
Yeah, exactly. As myself, so like. That was the big thing. So, like, when it gets into the later months, I'm probably just gonna, like, start playing Breath of the Wild and just let that game eat all of my time, eat all of my daylight until I go to bed, because that just sucks me in a way no other game does. But for now, I'm lucid. I'm able to operate. It's great.
He's awakened.
His third eye is
He's
open.
seeing 6 dimensions already.
Okay,
weekend.
so the big thing though is everyone said, all right, you gotta purge. You gotta purge the day before, gotta go in empty. And I was like, no, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. Because the first 3 days are the hardest. The first 3 days are always the hardest.
Okay.
This is for literally anything that you're trying to cut out. First 3 days of cutting out cigarettes are always the hardest first 3 days.
Oh, yeah,
Drinking
cold
are always hard.
turkey.
Yeah, cold
It's just
turkey.
because you've made the decision.
Yeah, and so I realized I'm 2 days in. November 1st will be my 3rd day. And that means that if I can get through November 1st, it'll be smooth sailing.
Whoa, so you had a rolling start.
I had a rolling start!
I need to have that on a fucking button. I'm
Yeah.
writing that down right
You
now.
murdered Liz. She's dead. You killed her.
Sorry. So anyways, I was right, and this week has been very, very easy and very successful. And the other trick that people don't realize is you actually have to stay a little bit teased. You gotta stay a little bit teased.
Really?
Yeah, you can't do a lot. You can't go crazy, but you gotta stay at least a little bit into
So
it.
you're just edging yourself.
No, I'm not edging. I'm just every now and then you look at a little something, you feel, ooh, that's pretty good. But because if you don't, you're gonna crack like an egg when you're confronted with any amount of horning. So you gotta make sure that your mind is still sharp.
Uh-huh.
So these are the strats.
Fuck. Sorry.
So you gotta like...
So
These
these
off
are
Theo Cam.
These are the strats.
So these are the strats. And I will say it was pretty easy until yesterday, when my balls ached so much, and they were so discolored in the shower. I have never seen actual blue balls before, but now I have. And it truly felt like there was a pulley that was tugging at my testicles. So that's gonna continue for the rest of the month. And I'm just gonna be walking around with an incredible pain in my ball sack, because Jesus gives his biggest battles to his strongest warriors, and I am a warrior, if nothing else.
He gives his biggest balls to
He
his
gives his
weakest
biggest
warriors.
balls to his.
So you mean to tell me? So I'm like fucking crying. I was not ready for that. So you mean to tell me you looked down and you said, "Oh no, blue"?
They're like, they were darker.
Were they like this?
They were dark. Not that. No, they were just darker than
this.
usual. Jesus doesn't care about your balls.
Dis-
You know what? You know what? You can't prove that. You can't prove that.
True.
Discoloration? Yeah, Luke, that means it's discolored.
It's not
The
the right
color's
color.
wrong.
It's not the right color.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Can you use Google, Luke? Please?
No, please don't Google that.
Yeah,
Don't-
no, you
don't-
can just
can
Google
Google
discoloration.
discoloration.
There's also a little there's also a little app, like a dictionary app.
this is for content.
This is a separate story for another time. I don't think I'll tell it right now because it's insane.
Good.
But remind me at some point to tell you my old story about an old roommate back in Boston who had to go to the hospital. Not
me, apparently.
Who I had to take to the hospital because his nutsack went wrong.
Oh, did it twist?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's freaky.
And I had
Oh,
to
yeah,
check,
I remember this. I
had
remember
to
this.
check it for him.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't want to talk about that right now.
Testicular torsion's a real problem.
Yeah. It is.
I don't
Yeah.
want to take that away. I don't want to take this moment away from Miles. So
Yeah, this is Miles.
Yeah,
this
this
is
is Miles' moment.
Yeah,
so
this is
Miles,
Good
let's
moment.
to wrap it up for the first half of this discussion. Your week one so far
Ben,
on
it's my biggest fear, and I don't have them.
Miles,
It's so scary.
on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being excruciating pain and anguish, like theoretical and like mental and
physical.
mental and physical, and 0 being loving life. Where are you at on the scale right now?
Well, I do love life. But like I don't know. I'd say 3. It's pretty good. It's not been too difficult to be
Even
perfectly
though
honest.
they're discolored and you're
It sucked yesterday. Yesterday was really rough.
Are they still
okay.
discolored?
I can look, but I won't look now.
Yeah, maybe.
That's
Yeah, don't
probably
look
for the
now.
best.
Why
We're all
don't look
sitting
now?
within 3 inches of each
Come on,
other.
we can solve this.
Miles, I do want you to know that
I
this is
need to
actually-
go right now.
Oh no, no.
I need to go right now.
Miles, this is not the worst it's going to be.
Guys,
I
this
can
is that
imagine.
soldier me.
The worst
That's
that-
soldier me.
Hang on,
that
let's-
I'm
we're
doing
gonna
for
look,
you
we're gonna
right
look.
now.
Hang on.
No.
I am taking the knives that God is throwing
You're
at
my
me for you right
you're
now.
my away from the problem cloud.
I'm away from the problem cloud.
I have good news. I have good news, everyone.
Just
Miles
sucks.
is the problem
They're the right
cloud.
color. They're fine.
Let's go, baby!
They're fine.
Holy shit. Okay, well, Miles, now that we've gotten that out of the way, wait, what? Did you give a number?
Yeah, 3. It was like
Okay,
3.
you said 3. I don't have. I
Yeah,
lost our.
yeah, throw another one.
I lost our
4
CBT
balls.
What if you
scale.
throw another
Wait,
one by
let
the end
me
of the-
hold on. I
Oh,
actually,
that'd be awesome.
that's gonna be a 3 on the CBT rating. Tune in next week to find out what Miles' progress is looking like. But you've also, in this time of stress and also healing at the same time, you've been working on playing as many H games as possible.
That's correct. I'm playing on hard
So-
mode No Nut November.
Why?
Which is why they're so blue. See, here's the thing. Blue
Try
balls
not to
actually
nut
mean
challenge
something.
impossible.
So blue balls actually happens. It just means that blood is leading
There.
from your erection down to your testicles. It happens. It's not like, I know you're worried. I see you're worried, Crit. I really appreciate that. I love you. I do. But like, I promise this. It's not unusual.
It's not a problem. It's just.
Yeah,
It's just
not,
upsetting.
It's not unhealthy. You can do this. It's just like.
It's just you don't like you hate to see it.
You hate
just
to see
hate
it.
to see it.
Anyway, so Miles, tell us about some of the games you've been playing this week. I have 3 here that you asked me.
Yes.
to
So here's
some
my
B-roll
question,
for.
Miles, is why?
Why am I playing these games?
Yeah.
For the content.
Because for the content. It's literally just because it would be funny. Oh, and by the
Okay.
way, the person who agreed to do this with me fucking failed.
What?
On day 5. Fucking failed on
fucking
day
way.
5. Yeah.
Week,
Come on.
Week of Constitution.
Not even a
Yeah.
week.
Nobody on the Coffeebreath Show would fail No Nut November.
Yeah, absolute travesty.
No.
So
Nobody would.
so I'm on my own. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a soldier on my own in this holy battle that Jesus gave me.
Christ handed it to him, this Jewish man.
He's not.
Hey, he was
Christ
Jewish.
came down from
He
the
was
heavens and said, "You, the
Wait,
Jew,
can you-
this
He's
is
not
your
allowed
job."
to have sex because then he would nut.
Yeah, you're not allowed to
Well,
have sex.
What
I guess-
about soaking?
You could soak.
You
Oh,
can soak.
As the
Can you-
Mormons do.
Can you do the
I
Mormon
could soak.
pull?
I could do the Mormon soak.
As long as you don't come, then.
Yeah,
it's
as long as I
no nut
don't
November.
ejaculate. Yeah, I can do the Mormon soak.
You
As long as
can
you're
itch
nut.
for 30 days.
That
You
a lot
could.
of my friends are basically just doing it as they describe it, score attack, where they're just seeing how long they can go for. No!
No!
Hey, everybody!
Oh, okay. Let's talk about some of the H games you've been
I'm
playing.
glad
Miles.
my titties have shrunk so I can hide under this bar now because
Well,
I really
speaking of
needed
titties,
that.
let's talk about our first game. It's called Sword of the Succubus.
Okay, so I am going to show B-roll for some of these games, but I promise it's all censored. This is safe for Twitch. Wait,
Sword of the Succubus.
Wait, no, you mean Midnight Castle Succubus?
So there's Sword of the Succubus, Tower and Sword of the Succubus. Do you not have
I have Midnight Castle, I have Castle in the Clouds, and I have Tower of Swords.
Tower of Swords. That's the one.
Okay. This one is this the one?
That's the one.
The Zelda one.
This doesn't seem very horny.
So, so that black box, see where her eyes are? That's a sensor. That you're watching her naked on the right side of the screen the entire time.
Well, okay, so she's not entirely naked. She's wearing pasties, a G-string, and sleeves for some reason. But every time you attack, just sleeves, yeah, like sort of like a belly dancer kind of.
Are they like the big gloves?
No, her hands are exposed. They're just sleeves.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
In
So,
case she gets cold.
Yeah, exactly. So the reason that I brought this up, especially with Lidge mentioning Big Mommy Milkers, is if you have a lactation fetish, this game is for you. As you can see, there is a milk bar above.
Oh no, that's what that is!
Above the keys and coins. And part of this game's gameplay loop is slowly accruing enough milk to occasionally spend it to, for example, heal other succubi, or let people milk you so that you can sell your own breast milk. So this game is a Zelda-like game.
Oh my god, I'm gonna get banned. Oh my god.
So this game is a Zelda-like game, as you can see, and to be perfectly honest, it is not as good as the original Legend of Zelda. It's a little bit slower, in my opinion.
Okay, really?
The attack speed, I think, is just, I don't know. The game needed a bit of a shot of adrenaline, in my opinion. It's just not fast enough. But that said, it's actually a very impressive game in terms of the scope and scale of things. There's a surprising amount of side quests and side content. A lot of good H scenes overall, though they're all CG if you're not a big fan of CG scenes.
Wait, it's gonna come from fucking, 2000 Zelda into just porn? What are they gonna do?
It's shamelessly Zelda, which I think is funny, but
I
did want to pull up, I found, in Googling it, which I had to do, unfortunately.
Sorry.
Katie, no!
I found an image that I needed to share with everyone.
Katie, no!
This is like the first.
that's
this image right here is the first screenshot you get when you Google this game.
Yes. So this guy, you have to feed him 100 units of breast milk in order to get him to mine through this whole mine so that you can get the mithril you need to upgrade your sword to level 3. So this is all very important and pertinent to the game. I mean, it's a pretty fun game. It's easily the weakest of the 3, though. It also comes bundled with a game called Tower of Succubus, which the closest comparison I can make is Adventures of Lololo, like a screen-by-screen kind of resource management puzzle game. I wasn't super into that one. It's basically the exact same level of horny. Not a big fan, but ultimately these games are pretty good. What you mean is lawn milk, not moo milk, but I appreciated it. Anyways,
I am risking a lot here, so I hope you guys are enjoying it. Let's move on to
Midnight Castle Succubus.
Okay.
Now this was the first game I
The
played.
milk was delicious. I'd like to drink it again sometime.
Yeah, this is the first screenshot that comes up when you Google this game.
And it does explain most of
Why
the game.
is they just used a Triforce upside down?
Yes, that's called Force.
It's shameless. It's fucking shameless. So, this next one is called Midnight Castle, and this dude has this is all made by the same guy, right?
Yeah. His name is Pixel Teishoku. And
he's shameless because this is so much Castlevania.
But specifically it's Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, and it is genuinely a better game than Simon's Quest, which is not hard to achieve. That game is pretty infamously cryptic and not well designed, but I love this game. This game fucking rules. And honestly, it has a safe for work version that is genuinely just as much fun, if not better, in my opinion, than the not safe for work version, because it has an instant death mode that, in the not safe for work version,
Thank
it
God
plays
I
a little
don't
bit
anymore.
It plays a little bit like Ghosts and Goblins, where if you take enough damage and get to critical health, you'll end up with 1 HP and her just clothes will explode. In instant death mode on the safe for work version, it's just a one hit and you're dead mode, and I honestly think that's the most fun way to play the game. So I genuinely recommend this game a lot. The only problem is the second half of the game has you be able to switch between a Succubus and Simone Belmond here. Wait,
is her name actually Simone?
Her name is Simone. I don't know if it's Simone Belmond. That's just what I call her. But her name is Simone. it's supposed to play more like Symphony of the Night after that happens, and I just don't think it works as well as the first half. The first half of this game is genuinely like the best version of Castlevania 2 you'll ever play. This game rules. And it's worth checking out, and the safer work version of the game just makes it like a normal, spooky Halloween kind of game, and I think that's awesome. The not safer work version, though, do you like monsters? Do you like monster cocks?
So I did.
Yes, for the
I
monster
did see
fuckers
a
in the
certain
chat.
screenshot that I thought was so insane. I had to bring it in here, and I censored all of it. You can't really see much, but I'll show it to you.
We'll do what we can, and I can describe it.
Yeah. This is what it looks like when you die. I assume.
Yeah, every time that you die, you're dropped into a room with like 3 mud men, and they have their way with you. You know, as
fucked up.
As H games do.
Something amazing is coming in from behind. That text was enough to get me to find a way to show this image on stream.
Yeah,
anyway.
so there's quite a few of these sequences here. And also you gotta rescue some captured girls. In the safer work version, they're just standing around fully clothed. In the not safer work version, of course, things are very different.
So before we move on to the final game, just a quick Liz and Kathy check. How are you two doing here? How are you feeling?
I'm not here.
All right. Myles, tell us about Castle in the Clouds.
Okay, now
Wait, there's more?
Yes.
This is the final one. This is the final one, I promise.
Now, Castle in the Clouds might be Pixel Teishoku's masterpiece.
Wow.
I don't like it as much as Midnight Castle Succubus, because I think Midnight Castle Succubus is just the most fun version of Castlevania 2, and I love this game. But Castle in the Clouds has the schmovement. It's genuinely one of the most fun-feeling video games I've ever played.
Whoa, and that is huge praise.
Oh yeah, and
it also just looks exactly like Castlevania.
It does.
From a glance.
Yeah, it's also obscenely lewd in a way that I can't even begin to describe, but it's magical. It's truly magical how disgusting and filthy that this game is. It is a comedy up front. You might see there's little hearts in the corner there. If you jump into that zombie, what ends up happening is you get an H scene. Yeah, you get an H scene of the zombie fucking you, and then what happens is you do a screen-clearing explosion where she basically screams in Japanese, pervert, and deals damage to every enemy on the screen. If your lust stat is high enough, and by the way, your lust stat goes up. Your lust stat goes up every time you get fucked by a monster.
No! No!
So if your lust stat is high enough, you do more damage on the screen clearing.
Wait, okay, hold
in
on.
the safer work version, this is replaced with what's called the rage stat.
So there was just a dude with like a little axe. Was he like a non-monster? Are there like non-monsters that you can't fuck, but only the monsters fuck you?
You can fuck a couple of monsters. For some reason, someone just put up a picture of Ghostbusters and Fallout 76. I don't know why. I don't know where you got this B-roll, but okay. Yeah, anyways, so there's different monsters. Some monsters you can fuck. If there's hearts above them, you can fuck them. If not, you just gotta murder them.
Yeah, this is what I
love this boss, because this boss only has one place to stand, and it's on her giant boobs. And you just, and this guy's really bad for some reason. You gotta whip all these things, like, I don't know.
Yeah, the other
That's
guy
all
who
I'm
was
gonna
playing
show
also
from that
couldn't,
game,
get
because-
on the stairs.
Yeah, he's really bad at this
He's
game.
just really, he's too horny. He's
Yeah,
a little too...
this guy's too bad at this game.
Myles,
distracted.
you can
He's
keep
a little
talking about it, but I
distracted.
can't show any more from this game
That's
because
perfectly
we are
fine.
really. We always ride the line of what is okay to do on this platform, but this is maybe the closest we've ever got. So I gotta make sure we don't show any more.
Yeah, I'll try to explain.
I think that's really funny.
I'll try to explain as much as I can of this game, because I actually think that the game is pretty freaking cool. Like, so the plot of the game is that a castle in the sky lost its magic power and crashed from the air so hard that it drilled its way into hell itself. Meanwhile, there was a man who went to heaven and discovered that heaven is just a nirvana where people are horny all the time and just do nothing but have sex. And he hated it so much that he jumped from heaven back to earth and warned people, guys, it's not worth it. It sucks up there. So basically, there's this man named Zenimaki who is obsessed with the Castle in the Clouds rumor, as well as this idea of heaven. And if you let him fondle your breasts, you will get to work in his town. And if you get your lust stat to 10, you can work as a prostitute, suck dicks for 1,000 gold. But the vast majority of the game, you play as this girl named Lily, who is a puddle of tits and ass. And she is also a mercenary dressed about the worst that you could for a job that involves almost getting killed constantly, but Lily's got the movement. All right, she's got the spider magnet from Metroid Dread. You get lots of different weapons. You can use a sword, you can use a whip, an axe, magic rods. It's all...
Of course, magic rods.
Yeah,
you
know,
say?
magic rods.
Little whip.
You throw out a little whip, some magic rods, yeah.
Sure.
Eventually you get the Excalibur, which is pretty sick.
Sure. Yes, the big sword.
And I just have to mention...
Big pointy sword.
On top of all of the sex scenes... Oh, by the way, there is...
Finally got Kathy.
Can we get a quick Kathy check, please?
Okay, Myles, your final thoughts on this game, because I'm really afraid for the channel at the moment.
That's fair. All right, final thoughts. Final boss is really tough, which is exciting. All of Pixel Teishoku's games are actually a pretty solid challenge, especially on the one hit and you're dead mode, which this game also has.
Especially on the No Not November mode.
Especially on the No Not November challenge.
True.
There is a safer work version of this game. It maintains Lily dressing like she does not know what pants are, but otherwise,
as most video games.
But otherwise,
do,
it cuts out all. Yeah, no. Honestly, it's no less sleazy than a fighting game, so you might as well play it. So essentially, it's a great game. It's worth playing. And by the way, the soundtrack is so fucking good. I actually cannot believe.
I'm gonna look up the soundtrack. I'm not gonna play this game, but I'm gonna look up the soundtrack.
The tunes in this game actually fucking own, dude. It's crazy. And I think it's all been the same composer. And you can see his progression as a composer to this game, which is just like he ascended. This is kind of a god tier sound.
Was your ranking of these in order, like,
so it's
chronological?
I mean, yeah, it's tough because I think I prefer Midnight Castle Succubus just because I love Castlevania and I just love that gameplay style.
No, I meant, like, was the way you've introduced these chronological?
I introduced them chronologically to kind of demonstrate his growth as a game developer.
Of course.
And I think that this is his best game, but I still prefer Midnight Castle Succubus. That said, this is definitely his most horny, ridiculous, absurd, almost borderline comedic game. There's a point in which you have to help a bunch of men out of an ice cave and they're freezing, and the only way to unfreeze them is to give them your breast milk.
No. I don't want to hear any more about this game.
That's a pretty amazing sequence.
I'm cutting it off there. Thank you for sharing that information with us. Jesus.
Next week, I'll be talking about Futa Cafe's Dick and Dash, so make sure to check that one out.
Now that I'm intrigued.
Oh no, Futa Cafe Dick and Dash. I need to play this one. I saw the title and I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah, that's actually a banger.
I want to hear about this
one. It was a bestseller on Steam's charts.
Oh, I absolutely believe that. That game, like a title like that, I knew it. I knew I had to play that.
Is it like a cafe, like where you have to make the food and give it to them, but it's
like Dine and Dash, but it's Femboy Hooters.
Oh.
It's not Femboy Hooters. They have both.
I like the idea of it being one of those like flash game like matching games where it's like the food things and they're in circles, you have to match them, but they're pieces.
But you got to jerk off into the burger, yeah.
I'm just really excited to go check out.
That's not what I was thinking.
Different kind of aioli.
I'm excited to go check out the soundtracks from these games and never ever play them, because one of my favorite bits is pulling up like when they're like hanging out with friends, pulling up like an insane piece of music and everyone's like, where did this come from? And then just like dropping the most like fucked up origination of that piece of music.
When does this ever happen?
Never.
No, this happens all. I used to have a bit where at parties I would play this song from I think it's Trivial Pursuit on the NES. It's like an NES game based on the board game Trivial Pursuit. It might be. No, it's not Jeopardy. I'm pretty sure it's Trivial Pursuit. Someone will correct me, because this is a popular song, but it's like the most insane piece of music you've ever heard.
Jeopardy.
It goes disgustingly hard. No, it's not Jeopardy. It's either like Trivial Pursuit or Scrabble on the NES. Someone remind me
Crit,
which
would
game
you
it is
like
that
to
has
elaborate?
like a fucking awesome song.
Wait, hold on.
Crit, would you like to elaborate?
Can we get a caller in?
No.
Hi, Adam.
What we can get in is Kuba, because I want to talk to
that
him
was
about
really
something.
Fast.
Can I get some fries, by the way?
Yeah.
What I want to do is I want to tag in Kuba, because Kuba and I have something to discuss with the group as well.
I'm leaving.
Liz,
While
I need
this
you to
is
stick
happening,
around.
Adam, that was really fast. Unlike how fast you come now that you're on 100 milligrams of Zoloft.
Zoloft is nuts!
On the subject.
No, not November.
Anyways,
Bye.
next week we'll be talking about, I guess, Monster Girl Quest and Fuda Diner Dick
I
and
do
Dash.
want to know about Dick and Dash,
I
actually.
cannot stress.
Genuinely.
Real quick, I do have to give my recommendation on Monster Girl Quest.
Okay, I'm excited for this.
So, Crit, why?
Wait, I don't want to talk about each game.
No. This I have nothing to
No,
refer
we're
to the
talking
H
about
game.
the porno
I have one
documentary.
sentence, and it's that Monster Girl Quest is the Gurren Lagann
Yeah?
of hentai.
That sounds amazing.
Yes.
Oh, wait, one other thing. This was not an H game, but I did play another Metroidvania called Lodos, History of Lodos, Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth by the people who made Toho Luna Nights. And it might be the worst... It might be the worst title I have ever heard.
But Toho Luna Nights is amazing.
Yeah,
Can you say that again?
It's called Record of Lodos, Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth. But here's the thing.
Sorry. Am I having a stroke?
Oh no, I can repeat it again.
Am I having
Deedlit. Yeah, it's Record of Lodos, Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth. But Kuba, here's the pitch. You ready? It's Castlevania Symphony of the Night
I dropped my
meets Ikaruga. Doesn't
Wait,
that sound like
that's-
the most base
that's
game
pimp.
you've ever
Wait,
heard?
that's actually pimp. I
Oh
wanna
yeah,
play this.
dude. Yeah, no, that game rules. It's by the Luna Nights people, and I've recommended Luna Nights to you before. It's awesome so far.
I want to be the Deeglet.
I know exactly what game you're talking about. I know I haven't fucking wishlisted.
You should play this game. It rules.
So we're gonna get banned from Twitch now.
That's
Or
fine.
this is never gonna go
I might
on.
have to take
There's
this
no
one
VOD
down.
here.
I might have to take the VOD off of Twitch just to be safe
Welcome
on this one.
I
to
think
the
you're
only
fine.
No, I
copy
think
of the
everything
show
we
that
talked
will
about is
ever
perfectly
exist.
safe.
You haven't shown anything, and talking about this stuff isn't a problem.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I guess
Most
so.
fighting games are hornier than the things that you showed.
I honestly think because you
Genuinely?
use censored footage of everything, it should be perfectly
Yeah, you should be fine.
Yeah.
You
Before
wanted
we-
to talk to me about something. What the fuck's
Yeah,
going on?
before we get into that though, just want to remind everyone out there that the Coffeebreath merch store is open and we do have a new exclusive item tonight.
Oh!
Oh, okay.
So this was
Is it-
this is an item.
creation?
This is an item
This is our magnum opus.
so usually
Liz, hold my hand.
So y'all
Magnum
know
opus.
if you're a longtime viewer of the show, you know that every now and then I like to put up a limited time exclusive
These
item
intros are too long.
This is taking way
in
too
our
long.
merch store.
We're stuck
And
here now.
I usually take it down after like a week, oftentimes because it has some kind of thing that is like not copyright safe. And so I'll leave it up there for just a small amount of time. Which Kuba gave me the amazing idea last night that we need to call them coffee drip.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Fucking
so-
what?
Your intro is so long.
It's
dude.
so long.
So this week, usually I'm designing these awful things, but this week for the first
Kathy,
time,
we're not friends.
a few members of
No,
the Coffee Breath
that's
crew,
not nice.
We're friends.
specifically Michelle,
She said so.
my exterior in the chat, Michelle, friend of the show,
Me,
Kuba, who's here, and Adam was involved in this as well. The
we
Tattoo Dad.
have a Twitter group DM called "Fucked Up and Evil Brain Trust."
Oh yeah, cool. That I'm just not in. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
well, you're
Hope you guys
not
have fun.
fucked up and evil.
Well, the
enough.
Fucked Up and Evil Brain Trust came up with something so foul that was originally intended to be printed on a shirt, but then we decided it would be funnier if it was printed on a mug. So this is our first ever coffee drip, limited time only mug.
Okay, I do want this.
Here it is on the left. It's a bit small, so you can't quite. I'll read the whole thing out for you. It says, "I can't come, can you?" And then there's a photo of a shirt that says, "Of course, come."
No, of
No,
course
of course
can't.
Of course, I can't.
No,
come.
of course can't I come.
Of course, can't I come? Depression, but
I
also
depression.
can't cry. Picture of me crying. Coffee breath. Can you?
Featuring new funky mode.
New
Yeah.
funky mode is there, and also use holding a knife.
Yeah. Also, me holding a knife.
I think-
We were gonna print that whole design on a shirt, but we thought it'd be funny if it was on a mug.
If it was the shirt we made on a mug.
So guys, if that interests you, it's called I forget what I called it. I think I called it like the danger mug or something. Limited time only. I'm gonna take that down after a week. So if that sounds fun to you, head on over to coffeebreathmerch.com. Type !merch in the chat. Links also in the description. Promo code NONUT will get you 10% off anything in the store, including our other limited time item on the right there, the SpongeBob shirt that I designed a couple weeks ago. I decided to leave that one up because not a lot of people got their eyes on it, so I just want to give one more chance for people to buy that. Those are both coming down soon, so if you want them, grab them now. Use promo code NONUT for 10% off your whole order. That's all I really want to plug this week. Also, just a reminder, follow us on TikTok if you haven't. I'm putting out TikTok vids.
Don't, because then I'll get out my FYP more and I'll panic while I'm in the bath.
It helps us grow, though, Liz. It helps us grow.
Where
the
else
channel.
would you watch TikToks?
Also, yeah, thank you. Kathy confirmed it's called the Horror Mug,
Fair.
and it comes in a variety of colors as well. But yeah, follow us on TikTok. Helps the show grow. Links right there. Type ! TikTok in the chat or down in the description as well. Appreciate y'all. Got some new hot TikToks coming up
I don't know,
soon.
they come like that.
But now, Kuba.
Wait,
And
what's
Liz.
the
Oh, that
what's
wasn't the thing
merch
you wanted?
link? What's the merch link?
Coffeebreathmerch.com.
Okay, what's up?
That wasn't the thing I wanted to talk about. I mean, I did want you here for that because you
Okay.
helped design that item, the horror mug.
We didn't design that. We birthed it.
Both of that
Turns
mug.
out if you fuck up typing it in, it's takes you to merch Coffeebreath, where it gives you things.
Wait,
like
there's
this.
what is that?
I don't know. It's on
They're a
Bandcamp.
band?
Oh, yeah, I did know this. There's a band called Coffeebreath.
From Birmingham, UK.
Yeah, they're like not active anymore.
Oh, this fucking band getting on our copyright here. Fucking coffee breath coming out here, fucking Brigham.
I knew this because sometimes YouTube gets confused and thinks that I'm the band, but I'm not. That's not me. Anyway,
That sounds like something that the band would say if you were the band. Daniel,
what?
are you the band?
I am not the band.
It was a really dramatic sound outside.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Anyway, so the other day we were all hanging out. Well, not Myles, but the rest of us. Plus,
Oh, that's the other thing I do need to mention.
Oh, there's so many colors of this mug.
Occasionally,
I let them go wild with the colors. You can buy that mug in any color.
Guys,
you
what
want.
color should I get?
Pastel pink. I see it right there.
pastel blue.
Let's get in pastel will match.
Pastel pink?
Okay, if you're gonna matching.
It just looks like such a comfy mug.
That is the one other thing I need to
Ooh,
mention
hot
is when I abstain for too long, I get really bad headaches. So
Okay,
that might happen.
what are we talking
Well,
about? We were hanging out a couple of days ago.
Well, no, this is actually interesting because we were just talking the other day. We were like, someone was like, is Myles good? Like, he hasn't
Kuba
been hanging
does
out
talk
with us.
that
And I'm
loud.
like, I don't know, he just keeps getting headaches, he doesn't want to hang out.
And
Thank you
yeah.
for clarifying that those are not related headaches.
It's just retention-based headaches, guys. Don't worry.
Glad that we didn't, like, hurt
Can
your
I-
feelings.
can I-
Oh yeah, no, it's.
Can I interrupt really
Those are
quickly?
actual headaches.
Can I interrupt really quickly?
Yeah.
I tried to check out and Teespring said, items in your cart are in high demand, but we have saved your order. Your order is reserved for 9.5 minutes.
You heard it here first,
High
folks.
demand.
Oh wait, hold on, fuck, I hit the wrong button. You heard it here first, folks. The horror mug is in high demand. Grab it while it's hot before Teespring lets it go, guys. If you want this
I'm buying
mug,
this
get
right
it
now.
right now. Teespring is telling us it's smoking hot. But you know what else is smoking hot? The bet that we made the other night.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
excited.
So we were all hanging out. It was all of us here, and also friends of the show, Adam, the tattoo dad, and
Hi, Adam.
Michelle, my ex-rear.
Me
And
ex-rear.
Here's the funniest thing is that I'm
Michal.
never gonna pronounce that right. I'm never gonna pronounce that right on purpose.
Michal.
So we were all hanging out, and somehow it came up that we were discussing who had. Oh wait, was that you, Liz? I see someone just purchased the pink mug.
Yep.
Thank you, Liz. Your order's in place.
Fuck yeah, let's go. It looks so bad in pink. That's awesome.
It's pastel pink, which looks a lot better than hot pink.
Oh my god, the hot pink looks like
hot
a
pink's
nightmare.
really bad.
Well, anyway, we were all hanging out, and somehow it came up in conversation where we were trying to figure out who has the highest alcohol tolerance.
No. It didn't come up in conversation. Dan just started bragging out of nowhere
Yeah.
about how they can drink anybody under the table, and then immediately, like 2 sentences later, backpedaled, and then went, okay, maybe Kuba can drink under the table.
No, but I have outdrank you is the thing, Dan.
I don't think you have. I think you're
And
lying.
then you hopped
I
in,
outdrank you.
and then Adam was like, with their flask of gin being like, I have a problem, and Adam wanted in.
Yeah, so basically it just kind of ramped up from there, and we all maybe, not in the soundest of mind, had a handshake agreement to...
I was in perfectly sound mind. I have no idea what you're talking about.
We agreed that in mid-late December, before we all head back home for the holidays, at the time period when, like, work is winding down, but we're all still here in
Yeah.
LA before we travel back to our respective homes, to celebrate Christmas and Hanukkah and any Kwanzaa heads out there.
I love how you forgot what Hanukkah was called.
Hanukkah?
I was trying to think of what other holiday, but actually Hanukkah's not in that time period at all. So that was just
Hanukkah. I don't know what
Hanukkah's in
falls
December
this year.
usually.
But it's usually in early December, isn't it?
Well, no, so it changes.
Early May.
So the Jewish calendar is different than the
'Cause it's
the
based
Christian
on
calendar.
the
It's based on the
moon?
moon, yes. So it actually changes to either
Where God lives.
Yeah.
where God lives. So it changes either to the beginning of December or towards the end of December. One time it actually started in November.
That's
I
true.
remember that.
I think that was
remember
last year. Oh.
It might have been last year. I don't.
Uh,
It does. Okay,
Really?
so no one will be leaving for Hanukkah.
Yeah, so God's what's it called? Moon base is giving out presents for 7 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so before all that happens, we decided that we're going to have a drink off night.
I'm
Night.
We're
We're doing a whole.
it might have to be a day. Yes.
I'm expecting this to go on for 2
syrup and
days.
reducing apple cider.
I don't think we can do 2 days.
Then it
at
sounds like
Drink
you're
Off.
gonna tap out. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like we're gonna win.
But the reason why I wanted to share this on the show is, first of all, chat, I want to know who you think would win between me. It was us three plus Adam.
It's me.
And
Right.
Adam has been on the show. You remember that.
Yeah, you all know
It's me.
Adam the Tattoo Dad.
I do have to say my vote is for Liz
It's me.
Nation.
I'm gonna win.
I think I'm pretty confident the only person that could beat me is Kuba.
No, it's me.
I see top two being me and Kuba, and
I
I'm
don't
not
get
sure
what
which,
you're missing
I'm
here.
not sure which direction it's gonna go in.
I
but
don't
see
get
us
what
being
you're
top
missing
two.
here.
Now here is the question, Liz.
I'm
I'm
built.
gonna win.
I'm built contradictory. I was explaining this to them the other night, but the only person I've ever known who's been able to outdrink me is cool gay Uncle Randy.
It's me.
But I have a thing, Liz, that might hinder you, which
Sure.
is that I think that the alcohol used to get absorbed into your giant breasts, and now
That's, you know what? I do get cold easier now.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get drunk faster
That's
now.
the thing.
That's a really good question.
I think if I've learned anything from all the H games I've played this
That's a really
week,
good point.
it's that you really need big boobs to get through in this
No, because
life.
like it does absorb into the, you know. That's a good point.
Holy
That's a fair point.
shit! This
So-
is the
so-
worst episode of the show.
Fair point.
That could be
I think
that could
Myles
be a
is right.
problem. That could be a problem.
I think Miles is right.
And
Liz's breast reduction will be
look,
the downfall.
my argument for why
But I
I'm
still think I'll win.
my argument for why I'm actually going to win is
No,
that
but I'm gonna win.
yeah, no, that's great, and I believe my vote is for Liz Nation. Absolutely, this is a O.J. Simpson if I had done it situation.
Sure. I'm opening my
All right.
freezer here.
Oh, right in between my legs. Okay.
Yep.
So the thing is that all of them, they went to college. They had their training arcs where they all drank and all that. I
didn't
don't
go to
remember 4 to 5 years of my life.
I know, I do wish I did.
And
It's
I
like
think
straight up don't. No,
I just
no recollection.
no recollect. There are bits and pieces, and usually it's me being incredibly fucked up during
you
those
only don't
times.
remember 4 to 5 years of your life?
Absolutely,
I don't remember the first 20.
that's powerful.
That's why I think Kuba has a shot more than anybody else here to beat me.
It's me.
I don't think it's you.
It's
I
me.
think
I have drank you.
I don't think so.
I've done it.
So one of the reasons why I did
'Cause
bring
here's
this
the
up
thing.
is because I wanted to. Well, we can talk about it a little bit more, but I just want
Okay.
to clarify to the chat that one of the reasons I brought this up here is that this will not be streamed, obviously, because we would get banned from Twitch.
No
But
one wants to see
friend
that.
of the show.
You can stream drinking. You just can't.
No, not binge
Not
drinking.
that.
Binge drinking
Oh.
is against.
Yeah.
No, but we wouldn't be binging. We would just be consuming a lot, a little bit at a time. That's not
Yeah,
binging.
but it would technically count as.
That's
binge
not
drinking.
binging.
But our workaround is that friend of the show, Lexi, who you guys may have seen.
We love you, Lexi.
Yeah, shout out to Lexi. You guys may have seen her.
Very famous
in-
Sessions member. Certainly.
Yeah, she's been here for all the Coffeebreath sessions, a couple times on the couch too for the main Coffeebreath show.
Presentation party too, right?
Yeah, I think
I
she was.
do believe
I
she
think was there for that
presented.
one.
I don't think she was
No,
there.
she
for
wasn't
that.
there for presentation party.
I thought
but
she was
anyway,
there. Just
Lexi has agreed to be the cinematographer for this event, so she's gonna hang out here the whole night with the camera and film it. And we're thinking about some way that we could release that footage afterwards.
Well, also,
have
Kathy
to
is
be
going
really careful
to
about it.
interview
I
us for
think
Jersey
you
Shore
should-
style confessionals.
Here's
Yeah.
my proposal as far as that goes. I think that we should have it set up so that every drink that you finish, you put it down somewhere, and we can always kind of cut to it, show it, and then
Well-
kind of show like a talking head interview style of how you're feeling.
Yeah,
how's it going?
we're gonna be doing confessionals. We have to figure out all the nitty gritty, but from what it's looking like,
I
it's
will
like
design it to be an exact replica of the
We-
Jersey Shore confessional room.
yeah, we are all drinking our drinks at the same time, and we're gonna try to finish them all at the same time so we can keep it as even amount of what we've consumed as possible.
Yeah, it's going to be an equal thing across the board. It's not just like a free-for-all. Obviously, we're going to calculate it so we can determine it.
Yeah,
Shop,
otherwise
shop, baby.
otherwise Adam and I will kill ourselves. Like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well
But I
done.
did want to let the chat know that somehow we will find a way for you guys to see this, probably assuming it doesn't come out that bad.
We can probably stream it on Twitter.
Assuming none of us die.
I think
Periscope.
I was honestly considering maybe that's
Did
the
they
time that
wonder?
we start a
I think they
Patreon
did.
and we
Just
hide
funny.
it behind there for safety, mostly.
That might be the move.
Or if not, then we do like a private YouTube link and we just like share it on Discord with the community on there.
was that
So
funny?
!point Discord in the chat to join that if you're not already there. You guys good over there or what? You want to talk about it?
It's just Liz
We're having a moment.
Liz burped, and it was some music.
Anyway, just know, chat, that we will find a way to share this experience with you. Even though it won't be
Ben,
live
we
on
are
Twitch.
not.
We're all gonna sit down and come up with like safety rules and stuff like that.
Oh, are we?
Yes, we have
Why?
to.
Yeah, we have to.
We have to
rules. We have
because
to have rules.
otherwise, Liz, Adam, and I will get alcohol.
I know what I'm
poisoning.
doing on that day.
Sure.
I'll be bucket boy.
Oh, but we can't have the only black member of Coffeebreath run around with a bucket being called Bucket Boy.
Hey, that's fine. We'll just get another black person, so it doesn't look like racism. It just looks like coincidence.
It just happens.
Jesus,
Then.
Okay,
this
okay.
fucking Show. Anyway, so chat, get excited for that. Let us know who you think is gonna win. That
I'm gonna
one.
win.
I'll get you. Well, stay tuned for more
Obviously.
info. This will happen sometime in late December. You guys will probably see it sometime in like early January. Stay tuned for what channels and methods we end up releasing that in, because it will not be live here on Twitch. That's the only
So
thing.
here's the
confirmed right
thing.
now.
I'm gonna win.
Liz Nation.
I
Oh,
don't.
Liz.
I'm willing to put money on this.
You couldn't do it either.
Yeah, well, the problem is that it's got to be like this. Liz Nation.
No, it's you just Liz is Liz, and then you put up the
Liz.
other finger, and then you.
No, this is dumb.
That's an H.
You can't, wait, oh, I got it. I got it. Liz Nation.
We're gonna agree to some kind of, for like all the rules and terms and prize. I think we should all put up money for this.
Okay.
But we'll discuss that later when Adam's around.
The problem is I don't have that.
Well, we'll discuss it later when everyone's together.
I'm one
and
jump ahead of the bread line.
We'll figure out what can and can't be done for that, but there
Well,
has to be
that's
something
how-
on the line.
Nice sponsor Kuba and just have
That's
Yeah.
such a good idea.
them be like a walking ad for me.
Absolutely. I
I'll
will.
design a jersey.
I will. You know what? I will
I'm gonna
sell
design a
sponsor
jersey.
space. I will make a jersey, and we will sell sponsorship.
I'll also
patches.
sponsor Kuba. Why not?
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Let's do it.
Well, there you
Alright,
go.
I'm
Money
gonna
problem solved. Now there's money on the line.
I'm gonna win.
Anyway, stay tuned for more info on that. Last thing I wanted to bring up before we let the people go is I had a note in my. So we haven't been.
Also, bold of you to assume I would rather lose money, or rather lose my pride than lose money.
You're Italian. Of course, you would rather lose money instead of your pride.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Italian way. Last thing I want to talk about before we close it out for tonight, because this has been a cursed episode.
Yeah.
It's been a couple of weeks since we've done a Coffee Breath show, and I was going through the things that I had put in. I have like a notes app on my phone where I keep up just like a list of like topics, like things that come up when we're hanging out, just stuff that I want to talk about on the show, just a little docket. And one thing I put on there a few weeks ago was Kuba's frame perfect windshield wipers. And so I thought we could close it out by telling this story where Liz, a few weeks ago, it was...
We went to play pool, and Michelle,
Frame advantage.
friend of the show,
windshield
Michelle, left her jacket behind at the pool hall by accident. But the pool hall's maybe like half a mile walk from
Yeah.
here, and it was late. And we didn't want her to walk. She was going to walk, and then I didn't want her to walk alone, but we were all kind of tired. And then she was going to FaceTime me the whole way there. And I was like, this is silly. I am like perfectly sober. And then I was like, well, my car is like a good quarter mile walk away. So I was like, Kuba, your car is parked here. Can I borrow your car? And they were like, yeah, sure. And they gave me a lot of preface as to what to do if I was pulled over, but no preface as to the rest of the vehicle.
But the pulled over part was the really okay because I don't have a registration and I'm not going to say anything more due to legal
Stuff
reasons.
and reasons.
Yeah, stuff and reasons. And so I was explaining, hey, this is what you do if you get pulled over, and you explain this and that.
I'm really good at lying, so...
Absolutely, but the problem is that cops don't care if you lie or not. They really don't care what you say. They only care if the piece of paper is correct.
Yeah, but they also don't care because I cry really easily when I'm faced with a police officer, and that usually means they let me go.
That's fair. That's definitely fair.
So, Liz, when you were driving this car, you found out something about the windshield.
So there's a thing. So first of all, Kuba said, sorry, the back seat is probably full of trash. And I was like, that's fine. We just need 2 people. It's just the front
And then they
seat.
saw me sleeping there, just like...
Yeah, but then the front seat was also just like packed to the ceiling with Jack in the Box.
That's
bags.
not true.
Luke was sitting on
And
that
there was
seat.
a lot of them.
There was
a lot
on
of
that seat.
We chucked them all in the back. Michelle got in, and I was like driving out of the garage. And I was thinking.
I would like to now, filmmaker style, change the point of view. We're out on the balcony.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we're sitting
me
on the
too.
balcony, which looks over the garage.
I was driving out of the garage, and I was like, oh, it looks like the windshield wipers are not all the way down, which like happens on my car sometimes. If it's raining, the wipers are on. I turn the car off, and they stop like 3/4 of the way down. And you just have to turn it back on or like hit the wipers, and then they go all the way back down. So this is what I noticed as I left the garage.
My car, how it works is that if you turn on the windshield wipers, they go a fixed distance.
They do.
And they will stop at that fixed distance.
They stop where they want to stop.
No, they stop. It is a fixed distance every time. They will, if it is all the way down, it'll go all the way up plus a little bit down.
Yeah.
And then if it's right here, it'll go all the way down plus a little bit up, and then
It keeps going. It's like watching a DVD menu screen where you're waiting for it to hit the corner.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
so
what's happening.
they find this out because they're a little bit up, because I'm just like, you know
a little
what?
bit up, because it's good enough because you can see.
Absolutely. That was my thought
It's good
process.
enough.
They didn't know this.
It was actually the closest that it gets, as I later found out.
No, there is a way to get it perfectly.
I don't know about that, but...
So I see them pull out of the garage underneath the apartment building. And
I was also looking for your headlights for a really long time.
No, I'm getting to that. Because you left the garage before you turned on the headlights.
Well, because I was looking for it on the thing, because originally on the stick. I was looking to twist the stick.
I know.
I don't know what was there, but it was insane.
Which is crazy, because the headlights were on when you were doing that.
They were?
Yes.
You leave them on?
Yeah.
No, they're automatic.
They're automatic?
Yeah.
Okay, so no car I've ever driven has had automatic headlights, so I'm really paranoid about that, because I always think my headlights are going to be off.
Yeah, no, it has automatic headlights. They pull out, and the best example I can give
The only automatic thing about this vehicle.
Do you remember the scene from Big Fat Liar where Paul
Dude, I actually just watched Big Fat Liar.
I love Big Fat Liar.
I actually just watched
That's a
that
great
movie.
Yeah, but you know the scene where his car's all fucked up?
Yeah, because they
fucked it
rewired
up.
the
They
car.
Yeah, that's...
He turns on the car and the windshield wipers are going.
Yeah,
and then he tries to turn off the
on the
gate and it starts
radio.
playing "I'm Blue."
Yes,
by
so-
Eiffel 65.
So what actually happens
I love
is
that movie.
It's so good.
Too
Liz...
bad Dan Schneider wrote it.
He did?
Yeah, he did.
Unsurprising.
Britney is so good at that.
Liz and Michelle both play the role of Paul Giamatti in this short homage to Big Fat Liar.
So the second act of Big Fat Liar.
As the car pulls out and it stops and it jerks forward and then it goes back a little bit and then it jerks forward and then it stops and then the windshield wipers start going on and then it starts and then it goes backwards again. Like there was no in between, and I'm afraid you fucked up my transmission.
No, your car just goes. I never took it out of drive, so your car just goes backwards.
No, you were going backwards.
I wasn't
It
going
was
backwards.
wild.
Oh, there was a moment when I did reverse because someone was trying to come through the alleyway from like the wrong side. They were coming. Well, I was like I was in the mouth of the alleyway, and there's enough space for 2 cars, and I was in the mouth on the right side, and then someone came in on the right side, and they were just like, they stopped like 2 inches in front of me, and they started honking because they were
Which,
mad
by
at
the
me
way, also
for
happens in
existing.
Big Fat Liar.
Which also happens.
When
It
the
does.
wrestler in the monster truck sees Paul Giamatti honking at him because the car isn't working, and he runs over his car with his giant monster.
Yeah,
So-
and then he's like, "You got a problem."
So then they stop a little bit again.
And his little kid
and
kicks
then,
him in the balls.
and then Liz turns off my car and then turns it back on.
I didn't do. Oh, I did.
I watched that happen.
And I'm
I thought
watching.
it would fix the windshield wipers.
And then the wipers go on a little bit, and then the wipers stop close to the bottom. I'm like, she's got it figured out. Then she leaves.
I left, and then the entire way back up to the pool house and back, I kept thinking I can get this better, and I did it about 30 more times. But the other problem is that your wipers make a really, really loud sound when they move.
Yep.
And so, like, every 30 seconds, I would try to hit the wipers again and go, and Michelle would scream in the passenger seat. And this happened for the, 15-minute round trip that
So
we
we
took
were-
to the pool hall.
So
and
Kuma
back.
and I were sitting in the balcony just watching all this happen, just trying to figure out what
I
their
was trying
struggle
so
was.
hard.
And then they finally come back up, they come in, and they're like, Liz is immediately like, what the fuck is wrong with
So
your
I
windshield wipers?
dropped off Michelle at the pool hall. I was in the parking lot, and then she went upstairs to go find her jacket. And as she was upstairs finding her jacket, I was parked, and I texted Kuba. I was like, we're fine, but there's something deeply wrong with your vehicle.
What you said
And then
was
Amanda Bynes and Cody Banks.
what you said
drove
was
forward.
we're fine, but hey bud, I have some questions. And my response was, it has 4 wheels and moves. I don't know what's wrong.
And it sure does.
So Liz
have
comes
four
up
wheels
and
to
she's
move.
like, what the fuck is wrong with your windshield wipers? And Kuba says to her, absolutely dead serious.
And Dan,
Oh,
Dan
you
and
just-
everyone else does not know what I experienced.
Yeah,
and
I
what
had no
Kuba
idea what was
knows
going
is
on.
what happens.
Yeah, Liz is like, what the fuck is wrong with your windshield wipers? And Kuba just full serious,
Out of nowhere.
not laughing at all, goes,
No cap.
oh yeah, you just have to get it frame perfect. Like it's a fucking fighting game combo.
Of course.
Like, oh yeah, you just have to hit the frame
Obviously,
perfect
I have to get it
execution on
framed
this.
fucking perfect. Of course, that's what I have to do while driving your car.
Liz can barely get Animal Crossing frame perfect.
I am really good at catching wasps now, so you're rude.
Look, I got that car for $2,000.
I understand.
At a police auction.
I understand.
And the blue book value of that car is $7,000. So
I
I'm
understand.
gonna take the win on it.
I can't really I'm just I was more entertained, really, because I used to drive a car that caught fire once a month because the
I've also had
my
that.
car's name was Schrodinger. My radiator was in 2 separate pieces, but my dad said it's too expensive to fix because this car is older than you are, which it was. It was from 1991. I was driving it until 2016. The radiator was in 2 pieces, and my dad would just pour sealant down the radiator thing every month when it caught fire, and then it would stop for a month, and then it would catch fire in the rest of the month. So I just carried antifreeze around in the trunk.
That's actually powerful.
Yeah. I was often late to school.
Anyway, that's the
I
story
often
of
do
Kuba's
this.
frame perfect
Do this.
windshield wipers.
I wanted everyone to know about the frame perfect windshield
That was a
wipers
great
because it was
story.
an experience that I had to deal with.
It's just,
Yeah, the
it's-
way that my jaw just dropped when Kuba was like, oh yeah, you just have to get it frame perfect. Like, what?
I am such a perfectionist that it never got close enough for me. It never got perfectly all the way down. It never hit the corner, It never
Kuba,
got the DVD
You are
menu
so lucky
corner.
you don't have OCD.
Oh my god, I was going crazy.
You would go insane
I
if
was
you drove that
losing
car
it.
and you had OCD.
Yeah.
I was losing it.
Yeah, I would have just gotten the windshield wipers fixed.
Every 30 fucking seconds.
They
I would
do
hit
their
them.
job right now. I'm not gonna drop $200 so they go perfectly down when I can just get good and fix it myself.
Kuba has a frame advantage when using their own
Absolutely.
windshield.
And also,
wipers.
frame perfect windshield wipers implies the existence of negative edge windshield wipers.
That's true. I do want to point out, my mother pointed out that I did carry a crowbar and a stick to hold up the hood of the car. It's because the hood popping mechanism, it would pop the hood and then it would slam shut instantly afterwards. So I used a crowbar to hold the hood popping mechanism up so I could run around to the front of the car and grab it before it closed. So I could change the antifreeze so I could get home.
Y'all just have different lives. My car's biggest problem growing up in high school, the car I used to drive, was that it was so old it didn't have a way to connect any kind of music to it.
That's
it
not
only
an
had a
issue.
CD
Yeah, that's
player.
not a problem. My
my-
second car definitely caught on fire like Liz's.
My
Oh,
other
actually,
party trick.
that car broke down in the middle of a 4-way intersection. I almost died though.
That's true. My other party trick was that it still had the cigarette lighter in the thing. So if you pushed it in, for some reason, whatever happened there was that when you push those in, normally they pop out a little bit when they're done, when it's hot and ready to light your cigarette. But what mine did was it shot backwards and it hit the back windshield. So I liked when people were in the backseat of my car to push it in and it would shoot backwards at them like a flaming
Oh
bullet.
yeah, actually I remember as a kid, my mom had one of those and I would always play with it and she'd be like, stop doing that, you're gonna fucking bust your eye out. I would always make it shoot out. It was really fun.
Well, it would pop out slightly.
Yeah.
but mine shot and it hit the back windshield so hard it almost cracked it.
It just ricocheted around the car like a
Yeah, like a
cartoon
flaming bullet. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's on fire. And things that are on fire go fast.
You know
That's
what's
true.
You know what's not ricocheting around any walls or windows
My
is
sanity.
Miles' ejaculate. Anyway,
Very
thanks so
true.
much for joining us for another episode of the Coffee Breath Show.
Bye,
My name is
folks.
Daniel J. Collette. If this is your first time joining us, consider hitting us with a follow if you're watching on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks for sticking around the whole time. Subscribe button's down there. Helps us out a lot. Exclamation point TikTok in the chat to get a link to our TikTok. Exclamation point Discord in the chat to get a link to the Discord. Links to those are also in the descriptions. Thanks, Tab said this was one of the episodes of all time. That's how I describe it too. Thanks for putting up with this.
You're
This is-
just about right,
This was
Ben.
a really different episode. So if you stuck around this long, thanks for being here.
Oh, it'll be just as weird next week. Don't you worry.
Next
I
week,
won't be here next week.
Next week, tune in for more updates on Miles' NNN progress, N3 progress. But we maybe won't talk about as many hentai games next time.
I'll only play 2, don't worry.
I have a pilgrimage to make one next week, so please don't talk about Dick Diner Dash.
Futa Cafe Dick and Dash.
Dick and Dash.
I'm going to dick and dash out of here. Good night, everybody.
Bye.